We have really great sponsors such as the Economic Partnership. And if you would like to sponsor the program, you may join us to do that. We will put you on the program, but how about if we have the morning buzz?
Let's go right to it.
All right.
You know who we got here today? Mark Haefle. He's going to be, he's a radio commentator. He's going to be with us. We're going to be talking about the Zika.
Right.
So, Mark, I understand that this is becoming a pretty big epidemic here, pandemic. What do we call it?
It depends on what you're talking about. In Los Angeles County, we had 6 cases, or in California, actually.
California,
6
right.
cases in 3 years. And, you know, that's not quite an epidemic yet.
Right. Could be.
Well, in Brazil, it certainly is.
It's out of control there.
There's thousands and thousands of cases. And the idea is that the real fear of it is that it is bad for children. Pregnant women, children might grow up microcephalic. Their head is not all there.
Shrunken.
Well, yeah,
Shrunken.
their brains are not developing.
Their brains are not developing, like 60% of a normal brain. And this is a really serious thing. Although the top geneticist in Brazil just said, we haven't really got the data that says there's a connection. We just know there's a lot more microcephaly and a lot more Zika, so we put it together on that. They just passed a law there, by the way, I read this morning, that allows government officials to bust into anybody's property and eradicate mosquitoes. How about that? They're saying, this is kind of scary. What about they abuse this law and bust into...
It's not unlike the spraying that we used to do here,
right?
Well,
DDT.
Right.
But no questions asked, man. Even if you're not there, we're going to come in there and spray your pond. And they haven't done anything this serious in 100 years, so they're taking it very seriously down there.
Well, you know, I mean, but you're talking about something that's out of control there. I mean, you got to go into combat mode to really try to...
And remember, what was it, the bird flu, or what was it that they had in China, and they were slaughtering all
the
of
avian flu, that's right.
Exactly.
So
they are serious situations.
And then they got a lot of other problems down there. The government is collapsing, the economy is in the tank, and they got an Olympics coming up or something like that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look really good, and this is not helping bring tourists to Brazil. That's for sure.
No, actually, there was a couple of reports of folks that were, you know, they were aware that they were pregnant and that they were actually trying to avoid going down there on vacation altogether. So they've canceled, you know, trips and stuff. So it's got to be hurting tourism.
Well, and they've actually told women to plan to not get pregnant right now.
Right.
So I don't know what they're doing as far as
I think that's
birth
against
control.
the law in parts of South America.
I mean, they can't
it's just it's a volunteer thing.
But,
Yeah.
but I mean, let's face it, women get pregnant.
Yeah.
And sometimes we get pregnent when we don't
By accident.
necessarily decide to. And maybe you want to add to your family. So that is it's a remarkable statement to have to make in regards to...
you know, you got to realize, I mean, if you're doing that, just change to where you go on vacation. I mean,
No,
go in the opposite direction.
I'm talking about the women who live in Brazil then.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Well, there's you got to be concerned. I mean, we controlled this once before, and now we've gone away from, you know, certain insecticides.
Yeah.
So now it's back.
Right.
So
and I have to say, I was in the ER all day yesterday with my dad, and as you walk in, there are of course flyers everywhere.
yeah.
And people were wearing masks. I've never seen that before in a hospital ER, unless there was somebody who had an immune deficiency or something that way. So I don't think they think people are walking in with the virus necessarily, but I think that they are trying to reduce the fears of others in the community because of the warnings.
the World Health Organization, who? The World Health Organization, they kind of dropped the ball on that whole Ebola thing, and you know, I think they're trying to make a comeback and trying to combat this thing, you know, from the very beginning.
Well, maybe they learned from their mistakes.
Maybe they did, but you know, the fact is we only have, nobody was pregnant in California who were the 6 people who got it apparently. And they don't still know exactly how it's transmitted, but they're pretty sure I can't catch it from you, you can't catch it from me, you can't sneeze and give it to somebody. But they don't know, just today they found the first case of it transmitted by blood transfusion. And then, of course, we know there was this sexual contact one.
Right. Yeah, that was the latest one.
Sex with a mosquito. I don't know exactly what we're talking about.
Wow. Yeah, that we'll have to think about that one.
Yeah,
that'll be a different segment.
Mark, thank you very much for being on the Morning Buzz with us. Will you join us again?
Sure will. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Hip-hop in the 90s would not have been the same without cross colors.
Yes, we're going to have TJ here. We're going to be talking about the clothing.
And you're going to model.
I'm going to try. I'm going to try.
Next.